Hello. It took a moment to get ready and I am back. So today, first day back after I think it's 5 weeks that I took a break of yoga on Tuesdays. And here I am, a long, relaxing, and yet somewhat strenuous break. So I was away for these 5 weeks. 2 weeks I had a flu, and then 1 week, which is actually going to guide our session today, is a slight injury in my muscle in my upper arm. Meaning, a week ago, I couldn't put this left arm up like this. So I'm going to be gentle. I'm not going to do any downward dogs today. No, nothing that requires pressure on my shoulders. So if that is ever you, this session is perfect for you. So there is going to be very little pressure on our arms with stretched arms. We might going to do some forearm, like being on our forearms, so that we can still strengthen our core and our upper body to a certain extent. So welcome back. I'm super happy to be here. We'll see what we get, and come join me. We'll start as usual with just a moment of silence, stillness, figuring out a way to move with our bodies today. So that's really our check-in. It's a way to recognize, like, how do I feel? What's going on in my mind, in my body, and make sure to integrate it into the practice. Because one thing that I definitely always encourage people to do is not to exclude any part of us. So let's say you're having a hard day. For me, for example, I was so exhausted last night. I went to bed super early. I woke up super late this morning. So I really needed this rest. So I'm still slightly tired in my body. So I'm going to go gentle. I'm not going to go push myself crazy. And so that's really what I want us to do more often in general, not just in today's practice, but in life in general. And that's where these meditations, or being still for a moment, breathing for a moment, collecting our thoughts for a moment, is really here to get an idea, where am I? Who am I today in this moment? And what do I need? And so for me in this moment, as I'm checking in, I need some strength, I need some calm, and there's a piece of me that wants to explore, how far can I go today? Where are my limitations? And so that requires some push and pull, some back and forth. So continue to just breathe in, breathe out, more deeply connecting to our bodies. Maybe there's a particular place in our bodies that wants our attention. Or maybe there's a part of your body that just wants to be excluded today. It's our job to find a way to integrate it in a gentle way, without pushing it away. For example, my shoulder, just because I'm afraid to push too much doesn't mean I'm not going to do it at all. I'm going to explore, how far can I go? And slowly open your eyes. And in that matter of fact, actually, I'm reading this book about the road less traveled. I just made a post recently when traveling through Paris, being in Paris, and obviously Paris is the city of love. And what I just described remind me of this part that I shared out of this book in regards to what is love. And especially when we are practicing anything related to our bodies, it's a love piece that we're doing here. And just as I mentioned, the push and pull, the give and take, and the inclusivity, like including all the parts, even if they're limited, or even if we are not really appreciative of them, to still be whole. And so I found this part in the topic of cathexis without love. It describes love is not simply giving. It is judicious giving and judicious withholding as well. It is judicious praising and judicious criticizing. It is judicious arguing, struggling, confronting, urging, pushing and pulling, in addition to comforting. It is leadership. The word judicious means requiring judgment, and judgment requires more than instinct. It requires thoughtful and often painful decision making. And I want to keep this in mind for today's practice, but for life in general. We're not always going to love all parts of ourselves. And yet, we're able to give love to those parts. Get it? Which, again, I'll take it back again for a moment just to describe that what I'm talking about. And I think it really describes it right here. It is judicious arguing, struggling, confronting, urging, pushing and pulling, in addition to comforting. That really, to me, describes how love is really there. And it's not just the pretty, lovey-dovey, pink hearts kind of love. It's the all-inclusive and caring for all those parts. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get to practice. Take a deep breath in, exhale out. If you're sitting on blocks, you can remove those blocks. I usually just use them so there's not too much pressure on my knees. Let's just start right away in child's pose. So for me right now, I can't stretch this arm, so I'm just bringing this left arm between my legs, or you can even put it on the side, and just breathe in, breathe out. So even though I can't do it as I usually would, I'm still providing my whole body a sense of calm and rest. If you need to widen your knees to go deeper, you can do that. If you need to bring them closer to get a different feel, do that. So there's going to be various check-in points like this one to see where we're at, what we're doing. Slowly bring your arms closer to your knees. Slowly roll up one vertebrae after the other. Push yourself onto your feet. So it might be a little stretchy. You might not be able to bring your heels all the way down. You can bring your chest up, your hands between your thighs. Widen your stances width apart. I have to do this so I can bring my heels down so it's more comfortable, but you do what is best for you. Inhale, lift your chest up, open, open. Bring your hands down to the ground, bring your hips all the way up, and let your head hang. And again here, it's challenging for my left arm, so I'm just finding a place for it where I can still get the enjoyment of the upper body down, the stretch in the back of the leg without compromising pain in my shoulders. Slowly bend your knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae after the other till you are standing. Bring your legs together. Place your hands side by side your body, having your palms facing forward. Really feel the tailbone reaching down, the front lifting up. So it's just a strong way to stand strong in our legs, strong in our upper bodies. Just a sense of opening up. And I want to raise my arms up, but I know that my left arm can't do that. Well, I can go till how far I can go, and then I just continue with my right arm up. So if you're in ballet, that's a position right here. So that's about it. I don't want to push it higher. Keep reaching up and over. Just one arm if you're like me, otherwise both arms. Feel an opening in your chest. And exhale, round your body back down. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale forward, so really stretching the back of your legs, but also reaching with your chest forward, a lengthening in your upper body. Exhale down, bend your knees slightly, slowly roll up one vertebrae after the other until you reach the top, and you can then, a final, put your head up. Again, inhale your arms up, inhale, and a little bit back, and then exhale all the way forward. Inhale, flat back, feel your weight on towards your toes. Inhale, exhale, and again slowly roll up one vertebrae after the other until you're up and standing. Inhale your arms up. Again, inhale, slight back bend. And then exhale all the way down. Walk your hands forward into plank pose. Alright, so this is good for me. Keep breathing. And then if you want to push into downward facing dog, I'm just going to do a 3-legged downward dog. Do that. Bring it forward into plank pose. Bring both knees down into child's pose. And then again, come back up onto plank pose. Push again back into downward facing dog. And then just move your legs. And then bring that right leg up to the sky. Bring it forward to your right hand. So obviously for me, I didn't have 2 hands to push down. So I'm just helping myself. Adjusting. Keep that back heel down. Front foot forward. Bring your arms up. Reach, straighten that front leg. And reach forward till you come to the front. Or if you want to use blocks on the side, I always encourage blocks. They just help us to open up more our chest, our backs, without compromising anything in the rest of our bodies. Feel the lengthening of the front leg as well as the back leg, reaching the chest forward. Keep breathing. Bend that front knee, bring the back heel up, come into a high lunge. Breathe, and then really feel like you're going further down. You can adjust that with the front leg. Keep those arms, and then slowly bring them up to a high lunge. Bring your hands down, and then step that right foot back into a high lunge. Blocks down. Push into downward facing dog. Bring your knees down. Coming to child's pose. And then again, bring yourself forward into plank. Downward dog. And this time, lift the left leg up to the sky. Bring it forward to the right. Keep that back heel down. Come into warrior 1. Feel the opening. We don't spend much time in warrior 1. So bring your arms down. Straighten that front leg. Reach the chest forward. Bring your hands onto your blocks. If your arms are on the shoulder end like mine, reach with your chest. Keep both feet completely on the ground. Feel a nice stretch on the inside of that front leg, as well as a planting on the back leg. Keep breathing in. Bend that front knee, bring that back heel off the ground. Inhale up into high lunge. Keep breathing and reaching. And again here, feel like you're going deeper down, so you can also adjust the front leg. Bring that right arm up. I mean, both arms technically, but for me it doesn't work too well. Keep breathing. Bring your hands down into high lunge. Bring that left leg back to to plank pose, and then walk your hands towards your feet. Let your head hang. Slowly roll up one vertebrae after the other. We're back in standing. Another thing I was reading in this book, The Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck, is about balancing equals flexibility. So we're going to go straight into balancing pose. Feel those legs strong and steady. Feel those hips on the lower back reaching down, and then the front is being pulled up. Keep breathing in, breathing out. Feel those feet planted on the ground. Reach with the chest up, but still long in the back. The first balancing pose is our beloved tree pose. So we're going to pick whichever side is your weaker side. For me, it's left. So we're going to just shift our weight to that left leg till we feel that right leg can just brush off. Or whichever leg you're moving towards, right? If your weaker leg is right, so that is the left leg doing that. And then from there, you're just placing that not standing leg, that loose leg, onto your standing leg. It could be the toes down to be more stabilized, or it can be off the ground. Keep breathing in, breathing out. Maybe you can even put it higher up, depending on how strong you feel today. And if you want to go even higher, unfortunately, you have to do a real high step right above your knee. So if I wanted to do this, I would have to go all the way up here. So I usually just stay down here to focus on my standing leg. So have the standing leg lift out of itself so that this right leg doesn't even matter. Bring your hands in front of your heart as an additional support. Keep breathing. If you want to go up, open your arms as part of the branches, you can do that. Keep breathing. And you always go as far as you know you can keep your balance, because that will give you some flexibility. Slowly bring that foot down, bring your arms down, shake that left leg or right leg, whichever one was the standing leg, out. So as you notice, even if you're balancing, meaning trying to hold yourself, as long as you're not falling apart, you got some flexibility, right? And so here, just move with me a little bit. You can have your hands in front of you, just as a sense of movement, right? So this is like balancing on one leg. You can just, with this movement, we're just going to bring weight on that opposite leg that we haven't used as our standing leg yet. And then really feel like that opposite leg is not, there's no weight on it, right? So we lift it out of that. So you place it either on the bottom or right here or all the way up, all the way, that's up to you. Really come out of that standing leg. So we're starting to balance. And the idea is to recognize where are our limitations. So giving ourselves this love, that struggle that we might experience, that push and pull that's coming in, that confronting and comforting on how we want to be here. So the more we give this, the more balance we can find in life, but also in this pose, and the more flexibility we'd have. Bring your hands in front of your hearts. Keep yourself long and elongated throughout. You can bring your arms up. Again, both, obviously, if you don't have the limitations that I have, pretend them to be branches. And again, here, how far can I keep my balance to still stay flexible? If I'm losing control, bring it back one step, meaning hand to hand. If that doesn't help, go one step down to give you more support on the bottom. And then bring it all the way down and shake that right leg for me out, whichever was that standing leg. Shake it out, shake it out. And then we're going into that movement again, just to keep it equal on each side. And the point of this really is to find where are my limitations. Where am I limited in balancing, right? Like if I go too far, there is no flexibility. But if I stay in a certain place, I mean, obviously we can play around, then we have flexibility within the balance. All right, come back to center, just standing still. If you're outside like me, close your eyes, take in the sounds, the senses. There's a slight wind of where I am, like a cool wind, a breeze. You probably hear the cicadas in the background. All right, come back to center, open your eyes, find yourself in the middle of your mat. We go straight into another balance pose. And this time, what's the challenge here and the balance and flexibility is you might not get to that final pose that I believe to be the final pose. And usually I don't like to tell you what's the pose that we're doing. I try to just guide you which directions you're going, what are you going to do, so that it doesn't take your brain to some place, because that's our greatest challenge. So again, pick one of the legs. Obviously, you might want to do the other leg because you just stood a while on the other leg. Put that weight onto your weaker side and move your upper body equal to your lower leg, that is not the standing leg, and you equally move. So if your body goes more, your leg goes more. So try to do this as slow as possible while keeping those hips in place. And so you just feel, all right, my leg is starting to shake. Let me stay there. If you feel like, oh my God, this is nothing, you can obviously keep going. I'll use these blocks that are right here as a support. So when my body is parallel to the ground, my back leg needs to be parallel to the ground. You're reaching your chest forward. Keep breathing, keep looking. If you want to let go of a block, you can do that. Bend that standing leg a little bit. Bring your hands side by side, your body back if you want to do that. If you feel it's too shaky, keep your hands on the block. And if that leg comes down, the upper body comes up and all the way together. So it's really one, right? Just imagine this can't move separately from this. So if this goes this, you go this. This is just figuring out these limitations that we're having. Obviously, you're free to move like this, right? But this is the practice of the day. To stabilize ourselves, to not just do what feels right or good or loving, but find this piece. So now move the weight to that other standing leg. Move your upper body. You want to probably, like for me, I need to bend my standing leg a little bit. I go slow, keeping that hip down again. Slow, slow, slow. If I feel I'm like balanced, equal side, You can hold on to a block if you like for a moment. Okay. I mean, I don't have a mirror to double check. This is more like an inner guidance. Like, could I bring that leg further up because I feel like it's more sagging down? Is my upper body further down or up? If you want to remove an arm, you can. Bring side by side. See how far can I balance. Bring those hands back down. And then slowly move yourself back. Shake it all out. Actually, as my arm feels a lot of pressure, we're gonna go slowly down. For now, this is actually good. If you want, you can bring your arm with you. Then do the other way. Obviously, you could do both arms. I just need to rest this left arm. It's already been a little bit too much for me today. So we can come all the way down, sit down, straighten your legs in front of you, reach your chest up, flex your feet. And as you're reaching, you might not feel anything in the back of the leg, but maybe you feel something. You can, without touching your toes, you just reaching your arms forward so you're getting a direction from your upper body. You can tap the toes, great. If you can touch the whole thing without compromising your upper body, you can do that too. Keep breathing. Come back to center. Bend your knees. Oh, let me just turn around so you can see better. Hold on to the back of your knees and slowly roll down one vertebrae after the other until you're on the mat. Feel those hips on the ground. Let the weight of your body demonstrate how you're feeling, or rather give you a sense of how you're feeling. Bring both knees into your chest. Move left and right. Hold on to the outside of your feet. Baby pose. So your hands go on the inside of your knees to the outside of your feet. Move left and right. Breathe in, breathe out. Let go of the left leg, reaching straight forward onto the ground. Bring those toes closer to you if you can, and push your knee to the outside. And then, if you can, open that upper part, or the lower part of the leg. It's just above me, so low, more out, so you feel a stretch in your hips. Keep breathing in. Relax your feet. With your arm, you can push it further down. And then bring it all the way over to the right side. Open your arms into a T and look to the right. Oh, right, sorry. Bring the leg over the way over to the left. Look to the right. And rest there for a moment. As you deeply breathe into your back, into your shoulders, to open up more, especially the right side. Do that. And bring that knee back into center. Bring it closer. Bring both knees in. Actually, go back into baby pose. Release that right leg down, but keep that left leg. So really nicely open those hips. Keep breathing. And you push it further back. So you can really pull on that toe in. You can feel the stretching in your, not stretching it, tightening in your left hip. And then go, bring that left knee all the way over to the right. Open your arms into a T and look to the left. Come back to center. Bring both knees into your chest. Bring your right ankle over your left knee. And then hold on to your left leg so you can see through. Pull this a little closer if you can and want. Push that right knee open. For me right now, this is good enough. Keep breathing. Breathe into that thigh, right thigh, where you might feel a little bit more of a stretch. Let go of these hands and then move the whole piece just the way it is over to the left side and look to the right. Need to adjust anything to get a deeper stretch, that's obviously up to you. Come back to center. Switch the legs so you can first straighten it up. Switch your legs. Bend that top knee, that right knee, hold on, and feel a nice stretch in your left hip or thigh, both. Let go of your hands. Let both parts move over to the right. Open your arms into a T. Look over to the left. And just relax. Breathe in deeply. Come back to center. Bring both knees into your chest. And then just straighten your legs onto the mat in front of you. If there's anything else you need to do to make this practice complete for you today, you do that. Otherwise, and after that, you can just bring your hands side by side your body. Make sure you're open, not too closed up. Close your eyes, rest, let the whole body sink into the mat. With each breath, you let go of tension. And then slowly bring your arms over your head with those that it works. Give yourself a nice stretch. Release. Slowly turn with your bent knees to any side that feels comfortable for you. Whenever you're ready, with your eyes closed, slowly push yourself up to a seated position. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Slowly open your eyes. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Thank yourself for today's practice. And that we include all of ourselves, no matter how we feel about them. I bow to you. Namaste. And thank you so much for today, as I am back and did question, should I return and do it the same thing again? And here we are. I decided that I do need this practice. So here we are again. So thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed today's practice.